Hello folks, as mentioned throughout the week, I got to play a little bit of Jurassic World Evolution 3 earlier today at an event in London. Now I was in the final session of the day and then I had to travel home, so as I sit and script this it is well past 11 PM, it's actually nearly midnight now, and it's been a very long day. So I do want to thank Frontier for inviting me and for everyone involved for really just being stupidly lovely. I met a lot of really nice people, it's been a really cool day. Anyway, to that end, rather than narrate my entire footage, I'm going to pick out the highlights for tonight, just the big stuff I think you'll be immediately interested in. Let's take a look. First things first, the big one, I can confirm with proof this time that the Frontier variants have made it into the game, or at least some of them, I'm sure it's all of them. They're called the JWE variants, not the Evolution ones, as I mistakenly told people earlier, although I do think that's a cooler name, they should consider changing it. Film canon ones are now the default variants, and the Frontier ones are the secondary ones. There also doesn't seem to be sexual dimorphism to the Frontier variants, I can't see it at least in this Giganotosaurus. Unfortunately, I couldn't check whether juveniles also have a unique Frontier form, but seeing the likes of Giga and Dreadnoughtus, and as I say, assumedly others return, should be good news for a lot of you. In fact, I posted this at a subreddit and people got very excited, so I know this is good news for a lot of you. Another worry people had, maybe a little bit sillier, but that's okay, the movie skins are also back. As you can see here, we've got a bunch of variant skins for our female Velociraptor, including the Raptor squad itself, and then a skin for each of the original Jurassic Park films. Note that the Jurassic Park 3 skin is only the female version, which I actually think is quite a nice touch. At this point, my hatchery started to hate me for some reason, so I couldn't actually see the male variants, but it looks like they've only got two. The male JP3 Velociraptor and the Lost World Tiger Velociraptor. I'd like to see them get a 1993 skin as well, even if they were all canonically female at the time. These canon skins do extend even further to the likes of the T-Rex, which has skins for both Big and Little E.T., despite the tenuous state of basically all of the Camp Cretaceous dinosaurs at this point in time. Speaking of little ETs, great segue, I spent a lot of time with this adorable juvenile Uterannus wandering free in my park to test out whether babies could in fact hunt guests. I'm always hesitant to say things definitively based on these limited play sessions, but from what I can see it is kind of as I predicted in my video the other day. Your juveniles will be a threat to guests, but they won't actively hunt them, and whilst I didn't get to see it in action, I suspect their threat is much like your herbivorous dinosaurs. They're gonna just barrel over your guests, they're gonna run into them and knock them down. Now, I didn't capture any footage of this myself because I'm not a monster, but several other people have confirmed your juveniles can be hunted and killed by other dinosaurs, however, so we did get half of it. It's something. A lot has been made of the new terrain tools and you'll see them quite a lot in this little segment, but I wanted to start by trying to break the game, because of course I did. Whilst it's not quite infinite, the fact I can make this ridiculous tower of sharp dirt at all is wild, considering how limited the tools are back in the other two games. This is the kind of stuff we had to mod it in the past, and now it's just there by default. You can really go wild with it. The terrain tools are really impressive, and it's their dynamic adaptability that really sells them. And honestly, out of everything I got hold of today, never mind the juvenile dinosaurs, never mind the modular building, the terrain tools I think are the big selling point for this game. The way the rocks and foliage and textures shift as you mold the landscape is very cool, and it's really easy to make things look really impressive, or do whatever the hell it is I'm doing here. To give a better example, I wanted to mess around with waterfalls and make this multi-tiered oasis sort of habitat, and it took no time at all to render this multi-stage damp environment. And whilst making waterfalls wasn't quite as easy as I think they've made it look and as I expected, it is still all very smooth and doable. Whilst we're talking terrain, the new environment painting and the like are really good as well, with a wide variety of options available for each map. They'll edit the foliage and stuff realistically at times as you use them as well, and they really do just make it very easy to make beautiful enclosures very quickly. Really though, this is the one I want to talk about, Groundwater. One that'll boost your wetland appeal for the dinosaurs that want it and boost your appeal in general because you'll be sexy and covered in groundwater. Doesn't necessarily look great from above, but angled a little into the light and you'll fall in love with this sodden, muddy texture that creates dinosaur footprints as they run through it and has this thin coating of water over the top. It's very much my kind of thing. Making swamps and stuff is going to be so much better now. Not just visuals though, although I will say the lighting in this game has come a long way. I have one slight concern in shadow popping and foliage popping in particular. That was a concern already with Evolution 2 and it was a concern again today with Evolution 3. But I do want to give a big nod to the audio design as well, because whilst overall the game sounds really impressive to me, the dinosaurs sound better than ever. Admittedly, my headset was turned up to like 50 billion, but they sounded very, very impressive in my ears. It's actually this little moment I enjoyed the most. Dragging this metallic sculpture around or along the rock floor produces this horribly accurate scraping sort of noise. And it really is just a really cool attention to detail that really made me smile. I also couldn't help but smile when I released these baby megalodons and the music became uber dramatic. Speaking of decos, there's a bunch of individual letters and punctuation available in a variety of fonts, all very easy to use, but this is my favourite bit. I want to say this right now, by the way, there are a ton of decorations in this game. The number is staggering, but these were my favourite bit. The decals, loads of them. We've got puddles, we've got dirt, we've got rust, we've got broken concrete, all freely placeable in your parks. The level of customizability is crazy because you can, as you can see, also colour them in individually and then place them around in this really illogical way. It looks ridiculous, but that doesn't matter. We have this ultimate freedom of choice. It's incredibly liberating after the past two games. The juvenile dinosaurs are heartbreakingly cute, of course. I mean, look at it. I do have a little criticism though that I want to bring up here, and that is you can't... I might just be stupid and I never figured it out, but I couldn't find a way to just make juveniles in sandbox mode. I suspect that's because they then require a new hatchery animation, but I would like to see the option to be able to just create a clutch of juvenile eggs in the nests maybe, or something like that, or spawn them in somehow. It would be nice to be able to create juveniles. It could be a thing. Like I said, I am really hesitant to claim things authoritatively in these videos, but I couldn't see it at first glance. What has definitely also improved though is the paths. Not so much in how you place them, it does feel a little bit snappier, but they are 1,000 times more customizable. Not only are there a lot more options, we've got dirt, grass, invisible paths. You can now choose the colour of the path, the curb, and the details. So you can make these super garish, horrible paths if you want to, it's the dream. And, most importantly, my legacy lives on, and P for path still works. I'm claiming that one, and I will always claim that one. That is, if I gave one thing to this world, it's making P for path a thing. I'll probably sit down and narrate my entire footage tomorrow. For now, I need to stop or I may die, but this is the stuff that stood out to me immediately, and I felt people would want to see. Lots more to come, of course, much more to talk about. We didn't see any new species today, for example. We'll see what happens. Either way, tomorrow should be able to dive into everything a little bit more, and I'll talk about the event itself. It was a really cool event, and yeah, I've had a really cool time. Hope you're all as excited as I am for this one in general though. Give me your thoughts down below, and thanks for joining me on Best in Slaughter After Dark. It wasn't really that R-rated. I should just throw out like a string of swear words or something, or try to flirt with everyone. Let's try and make this actual After Dark. Until next time, thanks for joining me. Cheers much of as always. Bye bye.